Alright, shalom, shalom. It's your brother AHBAD from AHBAD, GMS in Petersburg, Florida. I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to YAHAWAH, by SHAM, YAHAWASHI, by SHAM, HaKadash, the above my elder apostles at Great Millstone. Seek honor, salutation to all you sincere brothers, constantly pushing word of truth and sincerity. Also, peace and blessings to all the sincere men, women, and children consisting of the body of YAHAWASHI, and peace and blessings also be unto all you confusion of faces in the four corners of the earth. Getting straight to the point. This is an article from ABC News, or as NBC, and it says, substitute teachers tells first grade class Santa isn't real, pump team principal to apologize. Now understand, when you're dealing with America deal with a lot of paganism, man. All these traditions that they have today stems from ancient civilizations, but ancient heathen civilizations, because they are not the customs of our people. Because you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you are Hebrew Israelites, man. We're not supposed to be worshiping Saturnalia, which basically goes back to who you're worshiping, or Nimrod, or Ra, when you go back to the origins of Christmas. Now listen to this. This is what the teacher told the students, man, and I think it's actually funny, man, because we live in a society where everybody's accustomed to a lie. And nobody wants to hear the truth. Alright? So this teacher said, this is somebody's quoting what she said. She told them Santa isn't real and parents just put presents and put them under their tree. Absolutely true. And that goes right back to Odin, a Norse god, who will ride on the cart, or so to say. He'll have 8-legged horses, and he will be dropping presents off into the boots of the poor. And that's where basically what Saint Nicholas comes from, what people call Santa Claus. All right. In other words, who was Jake? He basically in the 3rd century, he'll go around and basically giving poor gifts. He's giving gifts to the poor, kind of like how Robin Hood was. All right, but only difference was that Robin Hood was robbing people. All right, but he was robbing the rich to give to the poor. So that is true. Yeah, your parents go out and buy that, man, and they still feeding these lies to these children. She goes on to say she told them reindeer can't fly and elves are not real. Go Lord YAHAWASHI. The substitute didn't stop there and also told the class that the tooth fairy and Easter bunny don't exist. Absolutely right. They don't exist, man. When your ass, you should lose a tooth and you put under your pillow, your mother, your father, or uncle, or grandmother, whoever it be, coming and slide a couple dollars up on there and be like, oh, the tooth fairy came. And be like, oh, that's good, baby, that's good. Go on there and wash some dishes. Come on, what the fuck, man? Tooth fairy, Easter bunnies, you know, the evergreen tree that you put up inside of your house. All that is wicked, man. That's going off. Listen to what a mother said, a parent said. A grown woman tried to crush our 6-year-old spirit, along with the spirit of the other 22 in the CH's 1st grade class. Many of us parents have been doing damage control since the kids get home from school today. Wait a minute. You're the one who's doing the damage. She trying to control them from understanding that what was told to her was, well, I'm sorry, they trying to control. You're telling your children a lie. That's the damage. She's trying to heal them by telling them the truth, so that when they get older, all y'all gonna be making it seem like that lady was a demon or a devil. But all in all, y'all really was the liars, man. And that's the society that we live in today. Everything is based upon a freaking lie, man. Don't nobody want to hear the truth. All right, and like a lot of our people, everybody was out there on Black Friday trying to get those gifts for their children, because it's really all a scheme to make money. After Thanksgiving, here goes Black Friday. Now you got a whole month or whatever to get your presents up, and you get your wrapping paper and everything. People not fighting, people getting killed, old women getting trampled, and all the old women trying to do is go in there and get them some Depends. Come on, man. Jeremiah 10:1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O Israel. That's you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. The Lord said, listen to his word, man. He's not concerned with the other nations. He said, you listen to his word, okay? Listen to his word. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. So don't follow the way of the heathen, man. These customs, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, birthdays, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, All those days, don't be even Labor Day, Independence Day. You can't find any of that in the Bible, but you people are constantly claiming to be Christians, but you following these customs, man. Stop it. Stop it, man. It's foolishness. This is what the Lord say for all you so-called Christians. Jeremiah 10:3. For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest. Listen to this, man. The work of the hands of the workmen with the axe, to deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers that it move not. There's no life in this tree, man. But the reason why they heathens do this, because going back to the Norse people, what they would do, they would take an evergreen tree and put it in their house, you know, so that they could pray for a good harvest to come, so that it can lighten up their spirits through the harsh winters, man. And the Romans used to put it in their temple to celebrate Saturnalia. And then you had the Egyptians, the Hamites, they would take the green palm trees, man, and they would also worship Ra and Horus. Now listen to this. Verse 5, I just said it too. They are upright as the palm tree, but speaketh not. They must needs be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good, man. So understand this. These trees that our children be worshiping, they are worshiping it. Because what happens, you put the presents underneath the tree, man, and your children bow down on their knees while you taking pictures with the Kodak or Polaroid or your camera phone nowadays. I said Kodak and Polaroid because back in the 90s and junk, you know. So you taking all these pictures and upload them to your cloud and everything, but you just basically worshiping the God. Because that evergreen tree really goes back to Nimrod. It really goes back to Nimrod. The penis of Nimrod, man. Like the phallus. All these things, man, go back to worshiping the Hamitic traditions. These are not the traditions of our people, man. These are traditions of the heathen. And this woman was speaking the truth, and they had a problem with her, man. They had a problem with this woman, man. Hey, matter of fact, I'm just gonna pull this one out real quick. This is Amos chapter 5, verse 10. They hate him that rebuke in the gate, and they abhor him that speaketh uprightly. In other words, this was a teacher, though. I'm just saying, though. But when we out there preaching the Bible, we're preaching the truth. So if I was to bring that Jeremiah 10:1 out there on them people, they would hate us for that. Oh, why are you destroying our Christmas spirit, our Christmas dreams? It's just a dream, and on top of that, your dream is actually worshiping the idol. What's the sense in that, man? So in other words, whoever the individual was, they hated the individual for rebuking their parents for telling a lie, and they abhorred the individual for speaking uprightly, and it was the truth. None of that exists. Easter Bunny, all that has nothing to do with the Bible, which is you so-called people today claim to worship, man. Even when you go into the book of Acts, chapter 12, verse 2 or 4, I believe, it says Easter in there. When you go into the word, the actual word in the original tongue, which whether it's Greek or whether it's Hebrew, it's actually a Hebrew word. It's Pesach, which means the Passover, man. Come on. It had nothing to do with Easter bunnies and hiding eggs and eating chocolate bunnies and things like that, man. Nothing compared to that. But that goes back to the worship of Ashtoreth, the fertility god. So now I'm just going to pull out a precept from Mark chapter 7. Just bear with me real quick. Mark 7:6. That's where I'm going right now. He answered and said unto them, what hath Isaiah prophesied of you hypocrites? Exactly. As it is written, this people honoreth me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. So your mind is far from the Lord because you're not seeking out his word. Because his word tell you not to even follow these customs of these heathens, man. Verse 7. Howbeit in vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men. Now listen to this. As laying aside the commandment of God, YAHAWASHI, ye hold the tradition of men. Caroling, this the season. No. Putting up a tree, putting ornaments on it, then you putting the star on top, the star amulet. Your children kneeling down before the tree, worshiping it. Alright? And you really celebrating the massacre of the Christians, man. The actual Jews back during the time of the Lord. Alright? Because if you don't believe me, do some research on 70 AD when Vespasian, Titus, and Domitian sacked Jerusalem. And they even have the Ark of Titus over here in America. Alright? Because they celebrating the massacre of the true Christians, man. Going back to Mark 7 and 8. For laying aside the commandment of God You hold the tradition of men as the washing of pots and cups and many other things like things you do. You think about washing the pots and cups, that's been going on since the beginning of time. So this paganism has been going on since the beginning of time. Like I said, go back to Nimrod, going back to Ra, going back to Saturnalia with the Romans, and it comes right back here today, man, with America. Alright? Because your mind is far from the Lord. Your mind is not fastened on the living power. YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. That he is the true and living power, man. Alright? Listen to this though. Verse 9, and he said unto them, full well ye reject the commandment of God, that ye may keep your own tradition. Because like I said, they hate him, they rebuke in the gate, and he that speaketh them rightly. If we told the people, stop celebrating Christmas, stop. They go, man, go home, get a job, go do something, man. What you talking about? Get out of here. I'm going to drink some eggnog tonight just because you said that. Well, you reject the commandment of the Lord and you keep your own tradition. For Moses said, honor thy father and thy mother, and whosoever curses father or mother, let him die to death. That's the commandment of God. But this is what man say. But ye say, if a man shall say to his father or mother, it is Corban, that is to say, a gift, by whatsoever thou mightest be profited by me, he shall be free. So they say, hey, this is a gift. Go back to Christmas, man. They're going to say, Corban, this is a gift. Let me see what that word Corban means real quick before I branch off. A gift offered, or to be offered to God. Wow. Exactly. But the Lord tell you not to keep those traditions, just like the Moses tell you not to curse your father or your mother, man. Come on, that was a beautiful one. Now I'm going to close out on this precept right here. Bear with me. I went into the Apocrypha. A lot of you people may not be familiar with it, but the Apocrypha is actually a part of the King James 711. It's like a King James 1611 Bible. Forgive me. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 15, verse 15. For they counted all the idols of the heathens to be God, which neither have the use of eyes to see, nor noses to draw breath, nor ears to hear, nor fingers and hands to handle. And as for their feet, they are slow to go, like that tree. For man made them, you cut them down, put it in there. And he that borrowed his own spirit fashioned them, but no man can make a God like unto himself. You hear that? You took that tree, you put it inside your house, you fashioned it, but you cannot make a God like unto yourself. You cannot make, I'm talking about the nation of Israel, you cannot make another being like unto yourself. For being mortal, he worketh a dead thing with wicked hands. For he himself is better than the things which he worshipeth, whereas he lived once, but they never lived. That's beautiful, but they never. Verse 18, yea, they worship those beasts, also they are most hateful. For being compared together, some are worse than others, man. Dang, call her law, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. And the last verse, neither are they beautiful so much as to be desired and respect of beasts, but they went without the praise of God and his blessings. Why? Because you gave his power and his glory on to another God, because he is the living power. Alright? But nonetheless, I pray you were edified with this video. I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, BaHashim, YAHAWASHI, BaHashim, Ruchakadash. Love on some of my elder apostles, a great millstone. Saying honors to all your sincere brothers, pushing this word and truth sincerity. Peace and blessings to all the men, women, and children that's consist of the body of YAHAWASHI. Peace and blessings to the confusion of faces as well. Like I always say, man, ask for forgiveness, pray without ceasing, stay humble, remain diligent. Kum ya Allah,